Hey guys, so news broke this morning that Sony's being sold for allegedly breaking antitrust laws, alleging that they are a monopoly for their own games that they made only downloadable in the PlayStation Store. I'm not sure if this has really any ground to it, but it is a class action lawsuit. It is a big case. It could mean a lot for us. So just stay tuned with what it could mean. I'll go break that down some more. But basically, to start off with, this lawsuit go dates back to 2019, where Sony shut down the ability for third-party sellers such as Amazon to sell downloadable PlayStation games. And there's other. It wasn't just on Amazon. It was pretty much any third-party seller. Sell. They would sell a game like NBA 2K18 for $10 or something. Well, maybe in 2019, 2K18 was still selling for $60 in the PlayStation Store, even though it wasn't worth anything. Like the physical copy was probably like $10 or less at Walmart. Yes, in the case it has been brought up the differences between physical games and downloadable games, and if there's any ground to it, and if this evidence is even strong to begin with. And the evidence I'm speaking of is that so it has been found that Sony was charging 75% more on their downloadable games than previously. So what that means is, for example, right now in the PlayStation Store, I think Madden 21 is $60, but if you bought the physical copy at Walmart, it's about $15-$20. And so the increase was seen for so many games that it ended up averaging out to 75%. And the money in the last fiscal year that this would add up to, in total games they made off of downloadable purchases, was about I believe between March 2020 to March 2021 was about $17 billion. And the money from the increase from them monopolizing was $7 billion. So in effect, if this is strong evidence, that's $7 billion worth of price in games that we paid extra. And if we are to win, because this lawsuit is being filed under the individual that filed it, as well as all others likely situated, is what the paperwork states. So that's us as PlayStation users. I bought MLB 21 just 2 weeks ago, and other games. So I'm assuming if we do win, we'd have to have proof that we've bought these games, and they would add up to something, or however it would be settled. We'd have to still have proof in order to get whatever we would receive from the lawsuit. So, and that's if we even win, because to me it sounds weird that um, a PlayStation game that is owned by Sony is also a monopoly. Like, it just seems like it's their system, it's their games. I don't know, but even if this is a legit case, and we win it, I don't expect too much from it. And before we get into that some more, because I'm going to talk about like the past in 2011 when they had another huge lawsuit, as well as another lawsuit currently going. Um, so right now, I want to talk about what a monopoly even is. So the fact that this was filed on for them breaking antitrust laws means that. Let's go ahead and just read through this real quick. So this article right here is saying that the Standard Oil Company in the late 1800s owned 90 to 95% of all oil produced in the United States, refined oil. And they had antitrust laws come into effect. I think it says from Ohio Supreme Court. Um, they dissolved the trust, which was the Standard Oil Company turning into the Standard Oil Trust. 40 corporations and all these different companies had come together to form a trust that was hard to break down and investigate for issues. And so pretty much they just own the whole industry. They monopolize. They can charge whatever they want for oil because they owned it. And once it started breaking down in the early 1900s, we saw these companies, they started to slowly change their names away from Standard Oil into like stuff like Chevron, Shell, blah blah blah, and just take Standard Oil out of their name. And in effect, like what that would do is, say you have two oil companies on the same block, selling gas. So if one charges less for their gas, then the other one might want to match it just to get customers or even go lower. So this creates an environment where the consumers are protected and there's fair competition and there's fair prices, and say the services they offer compete with each other, so the services um, help the consumers as well, etc. And if you don't understand any of that, think of just the game Monopoly. I think this article even said it was made in like 1932 or something. The game was made off of these antitrust laws, and really just the industry of oil, etc. I think, in the game Monopoly, you're trying to buy all the properties and just own everything and dominate everything. So that just breaks down what it is. Um, if one person owns everything, it's not a fun time. Think about the game Monopoly. Like, is it fun when you're losing? No. And basically, with a monopoly, everyone else is losing other than that one company. And so that's just the breakdown of what this is to begin with. It's this case is going against all that monopoly shit that I was just talking about. And moving on, just real quick, this is the end of the video, but personally, I don't expect much to come of this. If you look in the past, I pulled up this other article. Most of us don't even know about this because 2011 PlayStation goes down. We know we've learned that it's hacked. I didn't have anything going on. I just wanted to play Call of Duty. Me and my sisters were all like max prestige on Black Ops 1 at the time, and we wanted just to get on the system, but it was down for system maintenance for 3 months, and we didn't have shit to do. Honestly, it was really sucky that spring. And what we got when it finally came up 3 months later was these four shitty games plus another game, and you were only able to choose one of them, and plus a free PlayStation 3 theme that nobody cared about. But what we did was we all had different accounts, so we downloaded all the games on the same system. I mean, I don't know. I'm sure a lot of people did that, but and then going forward in 2015, which is when this article was published, between January and August of 2015, that was when we were able to file a claim for this incident. So 4 years later, something was finally done about this. And this is why I have not a lot of hope for the situation, because look, so if you were a PlayStation member or subscribed to the music service, or you just owned a PlayStation game, you were able to file a claim in 2015 for the first half of the year, and you'd get an extra game and 3 months of PlayStation Plus. And if you're able to prove extra stuff, like you couldn't use Netflix for 23 months, you get another digital reward. I mean, it wasn't a lot. And this is a 2015. They're only offering PS3 and PSP games. So what does that mean to us? Like, really nothing. Like, so I wouldn't get too excited about what's going on, but I would still take proof just in case. So for another thing that came out of this case, if your identity was stolen, you could get up to $2,500. I mean, that's a no-brainer. They probably lost money from their credit cards being stolen, or weird situations going on there. Of course, Sony wanted to cover their ass. And then so Sony also has another case going where there's stick drift. I mean, a lot of people know about that, even on new controllers. Just when you're not trying to move, your player moves to the side or whatever, just because these controllers being defective. And so that's an ongoing case. I mean, I've had the person that told me about this story, it's underscore NV32. Check him out, link below. He told me about this these news of this trial, and he showed me a video of his stick drift. So I would just suggest that he keeps the video, and in case he later wants to file a claim, get a new free PlayStation controller, so just keep proof of all these things. I mean, I don't know when this is going to be settled. It might not even be worth it. But definitely, if you're interested in free stuff, keep track of this. I mean, down the line, you'll get something. So that's the end of the video, guys. Let me know what you guys think. If in nothing else, hopefully PlayStation's prices could be more fair. I mean, who wants to pay, you know, $60 for a game that sucks, that everyone knows sucks, and the physical copy would be like $10 at Walmart, but we have a digital version of the console and we can't even buy it. I mean, it makes sense that the market's not fair. Personally, hopefully we win something from this. Like and subscribe, guys. Let me know what you want the next video idea to be. You know, just let me know like what's on your mind about this. Let me know what else you want me to cover. Appreciate you guys. Later.